welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I may have bitten off more than I can chew because I've decided to try and recreate the tones of Brian May on the Helix. Now Brian May's got one of the most coveted things among guitarists. He's got his own sound. You hear his playing and you think that's Brian May, and you will be right because it will be Brian May. So to copy his tone is not the easiest thing to do, especially when you don't have his guitar and have a strat-type guitar instead, which is what I'll be using. I don't have the Red Special or any kind of version of it, or have access to it, so the Strat will have to do. And I'm guessing most of you out there are probably in the same position. But this is all for fun anyway. I'm not going to go out and spend thousands of pounds on a Brian May guitar just to get the right kind of sound, unless I'm actually doing a Brian May or Queen type show. But most of us will have a guitar, probably something like this, so hopefully I'll get in the ballpark, and you can download this as well on the custom tone part of the Line 6 website, as well as a bunch of other Line 6 Helix tones that I've created. You can click on the link in the description below and you can download those for free. And if you do download any of those and like any of those, or if you just like what I do in this channel, you can buy me a virtual coffee. And just to reiterate, as I've said before, it's not a literal coffee. It is essentially just throwing a few quid my way just to kind of say thank you or saying I appreciate what you do. You don't have to do that, but if you do want to do that, if you want to give something back, you can do. The buy me a coffee link is also in the description below. So I don't have Brian May's guitar. I have this one. I don't have his gear, but I do have the Helix, and the Helix is designed to emulate other pieces of gear. So I'm using the Vox AC30 model on the Helix. I'm using the Fawn version, and I believe that's a slightly later version of the AC30 from 1961 onwards, I think. I'm not too sure about the history. And what I've discovered doing this is Brian May's tone, or his setup anyway, is very straightforward, essentially. Maybe not physically for anyone who has to set it up for him, but in terms of signal path, it's not too complicated. And I say that, take that with a pinch of salt. It's essentially, his tone is essentially his AC30 amp, or three of them, and a treble boost. Now the one that I'm using on the Helix is the Deranged Master, which is what he used in the early days, and there is a model of it on there. And there's not that many effects, but I'll get into the effects when we get to the main part of the video. But let me just say before we do that, if you do like this video, if you do like anything I do, please give this video a thumbs up. And any other videos as well. We're very close to reaching the 1,000 subscribers, so if you can subscribe as well, that'd be fantastic if you haven't already. Just hit that subscribe button while I'm talking, and hopefully we'll reach 1,000 subscribers soon. I've actually already hit my 4,000 watch hours, strangely. I thought I'd get to the 1,000 subscribers first, but we're close to that milestone, so please like and subscribe, comment, and so on, and let me know what you think of this patch in the comments below. Right, let's get into the Helix. Okay, so here is the setup. I have used some snapshots along the bottom here, although I only needed two. I've just got a standard Brian May snapshot, just for the standard Brian May sound. I've just called it Brian May. And right on the other side, I've got Brighton, as in Brighton Rock. That is to do with the delays, which is the Brighton Rock sound has got its own delay, which will be on there. So if I click on this delay here, it turns on that delay, but the Brighton Rock one is the other delay. So I thought I'd just mention that quickly. So generally speaking, the Brian May tone is quite straightforward. It is essentially the AC30 amp, or amps in his case. He uses 3 amps, so a wet, dry, wet, which I wasn't really able to copy here too much, although I've got these 2 cabs here, which are meant to be my dry and stereo wet, which it's not quite the same, but it's the best I was able to figure out on this setup here. There's the amp here. I was thinking about doing just the amp and cab block on its own, but I thought if anyone downloads this, they might want to put their own IR in there, so that's why I've got these separate cabs there. So if you want to change them out for your own IRs, you can do that. So as I said, the Brian May tone is essentially his amp and the treble boost, which I've got here, which is the Deranged Master, based on the Dallas Range Master. He uses something different now, but that's the one he's kind of known for. What else have we got? I've got a chorus here, 70s chorus, which is a model of the Boss CE1, which Brian May used in his early days. I'm not sure what he's using now, but apparently he used to use a Fox phaser, and not too long afterwards switched to the Boss CE1, and apparently that's always on. I believe that is the case. It just kind of thickens up the sound a bit. I've put it here as an effect so you can turn it on and off if you want, but it default will come on everything. The phaser, I've got a phaser here which he uses on some songs. We'll look at some of these in a minute. There's a grey flanger which I'll show you as well, and we've talked about the delay, and we'll go through examples of all of these. So let's start with the standard, just the Brian May tone. Now, I don't have the Brian May Red Special, but I'm just sticking to my strat-type guitar here, my Xotic XSC-2. I don't have the Brian May guitar, so this will have to do. And I'm sure most people out there probably don't have the guitar as well, so hopefully I will get close, but you can be the judge of that. Alright, here's the sound of the phaser. So Brian May controls his tone a lot with his volume knob, and he's basically got the range master on all the time and just gets his clean sound by turning his volume knob down on his guitar. So let's check that out. Right, here's a Queen solo, and it's basically the AC30 with the range master and the chorus. So it's the standard sound. Brighton May is famous for using sixpence coin. This is the nearest thing I have with me at the moment. It's a 1p coin. So it's Brighton May's one is 6 times better than mine. I'm going to give it a go with this. Let's see how it sounds. I'd rather use something bigger, like a 10p piece, but I don't have one on me at the moment, so I'll just use this one. I guess this is the coin equivalent to the Jazz 3 picks. So the way I use the flanger is in the song One Vision. So if you listen to the original song, it's a kind of swirly sound going left to right, and I've tried to emulate that with this flanger here. So let me play you a bit of One Vision, first of all without the flanger and then with, and hopefully you can hear what I'm talking about. And with. And finally, let's check out the Brighton Rock snapshot. So it turns on the second delay I've got here, and if I go to that delay, in fact, let me show you what I've got with the delay. So the other delay that we heard on These Are the Days of Our Lives, I've set that to be tappable through the tap tempo button over here. The Brighton Rock one is this one here that's on now. That's set to particular times, and apparently Brighton May uses 800 milliseconds and 1600 milliseconds, or 1600 milliseconds. So let's check that out. Right, well there you go. There was my preset for Brian May. How did it sound? Did it sound any good? I'm sure it wasn't 100% Brian May, but then would it be? Because a lot of it is in the fingers, and I think Brian May especially is one of those guitarists where it's not just the gear that's going to help you sound like him, it's having his fingers as well. And I don't have his fingers. I do have a Helix though, so that's what I use to try and get those tones. And as I said earlier on, it's all just for fun anyway. So feel free to download this from the custom tone part of the Helix website. It is for free, but you can buy me a coffee if you do download it and want to give something back, or if you appreciate what I do on this channel. So yeah, feel free to do that. Links for both of those are in the description below. I hope you like that. I hope you enjoyed that. If you have any requests, maybe I'll give that a go. We'll see. I'm not sure if I should really be taking requests, but if you have any, let me know anyway, and then we'll take it from there. Anyway, videos every Wednesday, so I will see you in the next video. Until then, take care.